Hello friends, and welcome to the introduction to Vlogmas. This is kind of Vlogmas day 0, I guess. I thought that I would show you guys my holiday items and crafty things that I am going to be working with over the next month or so, and just talk about Vlogmas with you a little bit. So let's just go ahead and get into the things that I have pulled out today that I'm really excited about, that I'm going to be playing with for the next month. This is my project bag from Nanette Wake Studio. I've got all of my holiday-ish project bags and things that I'll be using that are in my possession at this moment. I don't know, I'm trying to remember, did I order any new ones for this year? I don't think so. I think these are all of the project bags that I own that are holiday-ish, and I got them all last year. We'll see if I get a new one or two as Vlogmas continues, but for now, this is what I have. So this is one from Nanette Wake Studio that I got last year. This was part of her holiday kit. It came with this cute stitch marker. Yeah, and it's the Nutcracker, which I love because I was in the Nutcracker a lot growing up. I did ballet for 13 years or so. So I did the Nutcracker a lot, and I'm still a dancer as an adult. I don't do ballet as much anymore, but I do still dance quite often. So my performances are not the Nutcracker now. Although I am thinking about doing a fusion Nutcracker performance, maybe next year. I think that'd be good. I'm gonna talk to a few studios around to see if anyone else wants to join me in this endeavor, but I think it'd be really fun. So we'll see if anyone wants to join on that. Yeah, so the inside is just lined with red. I still have to clean out the yarn that I used last year that's in this, because this is the project bag I used when making my niece's mittens and cowl. Yeah, I found a DPN. That's exciting, because I am currently missing most of my DPNs. Oh, and some good scissors are in here. Nice. So, cool. So this is one project bag that will be in use quite a bit over the next month. Here is another one. This is from, I think, Chestnut Fibers. Yeah, this is from Chestnut Fibers. It's another one I bought last year. So cute with the little holiday Christmas kitties. Cute lining. Yeah, a great size. It's definitely good for socks, but it is big enough for a medium-sized project too. Like a 2 skein shawl could fit in this. So maybe I would say up to a 2 skein project could fit in this. Cute drawstring bag. So that's exciting. We'll get to that guy in a second. I have 2 of this print, this guy and the large guy. This is a project bag by Anomalous Mind, also on Etsy. All of these makers are on Etsy that I've mentioned. It's just a white lining, and this is full of the fiber that I have gotten for the holidays. I might not actually get to use all of this because I am doing so much gift crafting, but maybe we'll see if I get to. So I'll show you guys this first. This is for some socks. I actually bought this during, I think it was a New Year's Eve sale last year. I bought it to use for the holidays this year. It's from Ridiculous Yarns. This is the Strawberry Fields colorway. Super, super cute. And I'm probably gonna pair it with, I think, this red mini from Nanette Wake Studio. Yeah, I think that'll be really cute. Again, we'll see if I get to it because I have so much gift crafting. This I actually am going to be casting on pretty immediately. I'm going to be making these, I think, for Sockmas. Who is it? Nitty Natty. Natalie from Nitty Natty hosts Sockmas. I think it starts the day after Thanksgiving every year. Don't quote me on that, but it starts on November 25th of this year, the day after giving in the US. So these will be cast on for that. And I'm pretty excited about this. This is also Nanette Wake Studio. And this is Sasquatch's Ugly Christmas Sweater. Such a cute name. It's a super pretty, super festive, exciting, bright yarn. And I think I'm going to be pairing it with this mini from Nanette Wake Studio. And I think that'll be super cute. So those are my socks for the holiday knitting. This is also from Nanette Wake Studio. This colorway is Reindeer Brunch on Mount Rainier. This is a fingering weight, 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon, 437 yards, and 100 grams. And I just think this is such a pretty, I'll actually take the ball band off because it's got, see the blue? Isn't that pretty? I just think that that is the most festive and happy colorway. I love the pale pink with lots of like this like rich red and of course some little speckles of green. Got some good green speckling hidden in there. But I do think that that like flash of blue speckling just adds a little bit of like playfulness and yeah, just like festive fun to it. So we'll see what this becomes. I have an idea for a lace, like a simple lace holiday shawl or shawlette. We'll see if it becomes a shawl or shawlette. We'll see if I even get to cast this on. I'm trying to get my holiday crafting actually accomplished, so I don't want to commit myself to a bunch of projects for me when I have so much crafting that I need to be doing for my gifting. But we'll see. Whatever I get to play with is going to be fun. And this is my final acquisition for the holidays, for holiday crafting. This is also from Nanette Wake Studio. I got some fiber to spin. This is the Ho 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 colorway. It is 70% superwash merino, 30% nylon. And I just think this is a super pretty festive braid. It's the first time I have opened it up and looked at it, actually. So I'm pretty pleased with that. That's perfect. Yeah. So I would be really, really happy if I could get this spun up in the next like week or two. And then if I could knit something really, really cozy with it to wear it through the holiday season, that would be amazing. But this is quite a lot. This is quite a lot of holiday fiber to be playing with when I have so much gift crafting to do. I really do have a lot to do. So I'm going to try to get all of my gifting done. I've talked about this on the podcast before. It's okay if it doesn't all get done because most of the people that I'm making stuff for really don't care whether they get something handmade or not. I'm just wanting to make them something handmade, so they don't really care about it. So I'm prioritizing the ones that I know actually care about it, and I'm prioritizing the kids because I think that it's good to, even if you don't care about handmade stuff, I do think there's part of them that will register either now or when they're older, like, oh, my aunt cared about me enough to hand make me this thing. And hopefully that'll just make them feel loved and cared about. So I'm prioritizing the kids, and then any adults that I know will really enjoy or have requested something handmade for the holidays. Those are my priorities. And then the others, I am going to try to get them done, but I know they don't really care. So they're happy to get something off their Amazon list or what have you. So yeah, but I thought all of this stuff was super, super fun. Super fun. All right, so I wanted to share that with you guys. I didn't buy an advent calendar this year, but let me put this back over here so you can see it in the background because it's pretty. I didn't buy an advent calendar this year, but I do love the idea. I had so much fun with my advent calendar last year. Last year I got the advent calendar from Emma's Yarn, and it was amazing. And I had so much fun with that. So this year I really did want to do something Adventish again, but I didn't want to buy an advent calendar all over again because I have enough to play with right now. I didn't really need to add any more. So instead of doing that, I decided to make my own. So this is my, it's not really like an actual advent calendar. It's really more of a scrappy project. But this is like a big bag, you can tell. Like this is like a sweater bag, and it is completely full of all of the minis that I have accumulated over this past year. I say all. These are not all of the scraps from this past year. I have more scraps. I did a lot of knitting this year. We'll do an end of year, like a year in review episode, at the end of December, beginning of January, and we will go over how many things I knit and crocheted and made this past year. It's a lot. I knit over 50 pairs of socks. I think now we're close to 60, and that's just socks. That's just pairs of socks from this past year. So I've knit a bunch of other stuff too and crocheted. So that'll be a fun episode. But yeah, so this is most of my minis or scraps from this past year of knitting and crocheting and general making. And what my plan is that I want to do one of the jelly roll scrappy blankets. I don't have my iPad with me, so I can't show it to you guys right now. But I'll show it to you, I think, in a few minutes, because I can edit. Since this is short, I can edit it unlike a podcast episode. So I'll show you guys the jelly roll blanket, but basically, and I'm doing like a version of it because I'm not purchasing the pattern to do the jelly roll blanket, but I'm doing a scrappy blanket that is inspired by the jelly roll blanket. Basically, you were just knitting your mini or your scrap, and I don't know if they do stockinette or if they do garter. I'll be doing garter. I'll be doing DK weight, so if it's fingering, I'll just hold it double, and then if it's worsted, I'll just knit it as if it was DK. I have everything from fingering to worsted in here, so I think that I should be fine. Yeah, so I am just gonna do garter, and you just knit these little like rectangle panel things, and when you run out, I'm gonna be magic knotting the ends together, and I'll just start the next little rectangle, and you just do that in sections. So when you get to like your next little like strip, I guess you could seam it. You could do a bunch of really long strips and seam them all together, but I'm probably not gonna do that. Probably. We'll see what I do, but what I think I'm gonna do instead is just pick up the stitches and like join them that way so that I don't have to do any seaming. We'll see if that's what I do, but I'm pretty sure that's what I'm gonna do because I don't really love the idea of doing seaming. I'm magic knotting because I don't want to weave in all these ends, and I don't want to seam a scrappy blanket together. That just doesn't appeal to me. Yeah, so this is gonna be good. I've got lots of really good scraps in here, and what I will do for the fingering weight, since I'll be holding it double, is I will get a thicker, like a wider gauge knitting needle, probably my biggest gauge knitting needle I have, because I don't have a Nosta pin, and I'll make a center pull ball so that I can just pull from the center and from the outside and hold it double that way and hold the two strands together. And I think that that'll be what I do for all of these fingering weight scraps. Some will be easier to do that with than others. I think if it's like a super small one, like this one or this one, or like this one, then maybe I'll do something more like a pencil or a smaller gauge knitting needle rather than like a big one, so that it's, I don't know, just neater. It stays together more neatly. And yeah, I just plan to be knitting. Some of these are so fun. This is going to be a colorful, fun blanket. I'm pretty excited about it, actually. Yeah, what was my thought about that? I don't remember where I was going with that thought, but I think it'll be really fun. Oh, I think it was like how many I do a day. I think I'll do, you know, like either one of like, this is a really big mini or a big scrap, which honestly, I don't know if I'm going to put this one in the blanket because I really, really like this one a lot. And I kind of want to make that into socks or maybe throw it into a shawl or another project. I really love this colorway. And that's a pretty hefty little mini. So this was a scrap from my Pluma shawlette, or the leftovers from that. So we'll see. This is some alpaca. Yeah, so we'll see. I'll kind of like go through and just as I'm knitting it, I might decide, no, I'm not going to throw you in, or I'm not going to do too much color management. I'm basically just going to like pull it out and see if I like it next to the color that I just did, or if I'm having too many of the same color family in one area, maybe I'll like find a different one in here. So it's more of a scrappy project than an advent project, but I have never done a scrappy blanket, and I've been really wanting to do something like the jelly roll blanket for months. Probably 6 months or more. And I thought this is the perfect opportunity since I'm not doing an advent calendar. So that'll be really, really good, I think. I will also show you guys in a second, because I didn't bring it down here with me. It's upstairs. I will show you the other advent calendar I made. Wound Up Fiber Arts has these little like scrappy mini sets. So it's I don't think they're all like they're fiber for socks. I got a mix. Yeah, so I got 2 different mixes. But basically, Wound Up Fiber Arts sells hand-dyed fiber for spinning. And so I got a bunch of minis from them. She has these, it's either 4 or 5 ounce bundles of just a bunch of like it's basically minis for spinners. I think that they're about 5 or 10 grams each. They're probably 10 grams. No, I think they're 5 or 10 grams each for each of the little like mini bundles or little nests of fiber for spinning. So I got a couple of those, and I'm just gonna do some scrappy spinning as well over the holidays, and that'll be kind of my advent calendar for spinning too. So I'm pretty excited about that. So between my scrappy blanket and my scrappy spinning, which I am super excited about because I'll basically have I'll have like a scrappy yarn by the end of it that's all hand spun, and it'll be so much fun to knit with. I don't know what I'm going to make with it, but it'll be something amazing, I think. Yeah, between those 2 things, I feel very satisfied with my advent calendars for this year. And I think that'll be super, super fun. And we'll see how much of this I get to. I am casting these on like immediately. But the rest, I'm not too sure about. Yeah, I just love that. I will spin. I am very much so planning on spinning this fiber. And I do like the idea of knitting a simple shawl or shawlette with this guy. So we'll see if that happens. I really do like the idea of it. And I actually have a pattern in mind for this guy. So we'll see. But yeah, I wanted to share all of that with you. I hope that was interesting or fun. And welcome to Vlogmas. Happy Vlogmas. It starts tomorrow. So this video is going up the day before December 1st. I will take a moment to show you guys the jelly roll blanket, which is what is inspiring my scrappy blanket project, and I will show you those scrappy minis for spinning as well. Also, I forgot to mention when we were downstairs filming in our nice little setup that I am also this year in Vlogmas going to be sharing my projects for my gift making. So in addition to sharing vlogs containing festive activities and such and my regular crafting and my holiday crafting, I will also be sharing the journey for each of my holiday makes for gift giving. So for each gift I'm making, I'm kind of taking you from start to finish with each of those. So that'll be part of Vlogmas this year, and that's a new thing I'm doing and trying out, and we'll see how it goes. But I'm pretty excited about it, and I hope that you have fun following along with me.